The Flandshees of Innersimpson is the 12th episode of the 36th season of The Simpsons. This is directed by Clements, and as always, there will be spoilers from now as I go through the episode and share some thoughts. It's a decent episode, maybe never going to be one of my favourites, but it is a nice look at the relationship between Homer and Ned. It starts off with Homer encouraging Bart to become a DJ, and he's quite good at it, he enjoys it, the kids in the neighbourhood love it, but it kind of gets a little out of hand. And Ned can't sleep at all. He vows to never talk to Homer again. And it's devastating for Homer, to the point where Marge ends up going over to talk with Ned, to talk about the situation, to try and find a remedy. Ned gives Marge a presentation, which I would have liked to have seen a little bit more. We only see it through the window. I think it would have been quite fun to witness that, but nevertheless, it was very clear that it was not a very positive presentation. And Marge even said, if I were Ned, I would stop talking to you as well. So Homer, with the help of Lisa, writes an apology letter for Ned. And I didn't expect what happened next to happen, but it makes perfect sense, because Ned gets the letter, and then the Simpsons wake up, and everything's gone. All of their furniture is gone. And my first question was, maybe my only question was, what on earth has happened? And then it becomes very clear what has happened. Ned received the letter, and because it was so well written and thoughtful and full of emotion, he realised that Homer wasn't treating him the way he does because he's an idiot. He is actually capable of seeing things from other perspectives. He just does it for whatever reason. And Ned realises he has to take everything back that Homer ever borrowed from him, and that's basically all of the furniture the Simpsons own, including the couch. He also borrows the couch from Ned, which is so fascinating, but also devastating, as it looks like Ned is about to destroy it. He's destroying all of the furniture so Homer can't borrow it again, there's a lot of rage in Ned at the moment, and Homer and Ned end up smashing their cars into each other. It's very violent, and they are sentenced to 100 hours of couples counselling. And they take this treatment, and we see them being turned into this series of other animated duos, which was really good fun. I quite liked it. And then the animation that follows for me wasn't that interesting. I didn't really care for the next couple of seconds, really. It wasn't tremendously long. And ultimately, they end up learning more about each other and why they treat each other the way they do, why Homer treats Ned that way, and also why Ned kind of takes it. And it was really quite interesting. It was quite fascinating. And they hug, and everything's back to the way it used to be. Homer then tries to take Ned's newspaper, but then presents him with a gift. He gives him a green sweater. And this is because Homer gave it to him because it was the last thing the only thing Homer had never tried to take from him. And now that's it. It's the last thing. There's nothing else that Homer can try and take from Ned that he hasn't already borrowed. And it was quite a powerful moment. It's also interesting to see Ned wearing a blue sweater instead of the classic green, so that's quite interesting. And in general, I liked it. It may not be my favourite, as I said, but I did like looking at the relationship between Ned and Homer, and I rather enjoyed it as a concept. So not a personal favourite, but honestly, I can't fault it. I thought The Flandshees of Innersimpson was still a decent episode, and I definitely wouldn't skip it if I'm binge watching season 36. There are some very good moments, and ultimately, it's one that I enjoyed.